Welcome! This is Nathan and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're taking a look at a scenario where civilization restarts. Episode 35. This was meant... Now, the recording of last video stopped when I was doing the peace treaty, so... Ignore the borders may look wrong and all that. And there may be, well, let's just say Persia may look like a different colour. Yeah, I did the peace treaty and, I caught it, like, midway during the peace treaty, but, we're fine, we saved it. But today we're going to be taking a look at the peace treaty of the War of Asia and what's going to take place and, well, the rankings as well. I think the rankings are going to be really important. So, we're going to begin with the division of the pink team. We're actually going to begin over here. So if you remember in the War of Asia, Poland rebelled from Russia, and they won't be taking any more, they won't be taking any land, all they'll be taking is the land they owned. So Poland is back, after like 2 episodes of being gone. On the other hand, Finland will be gaining land, the only country to be on the pink team side to actually gain, that's way too big. They are the only winner of World War 2.5, I guess. They're the only winner of the War of Asia. They'll be taking back Estonia with a little bit more land. So, they won. I would honestly say they won. Now, you see this line? Yeah, this was where the new border of Russia was. So, we're actually just going to follow this. This is why I gave Russia in the peace treaty. So, let's do... Russia will be annexing all of this land. I'll fix that later. Now we're going to come over to the Lion team and Persia. They won't be getting major... Oh my god, that's too big. They won't be getting anything major. The Lion team will be taking a tiny piece of land. And it's because the Lion team really is done with their empire. Like, not really, it's not really an empire. They're done with their country at this rate. They took no land from the Red team. You understand why. Persia will be annexing land up to Azerbaijan. And we now get to the most important part of the peace treaty. The Central Asian Union and the other stuff. So the Central Asian Union, they're going to be taking some land. Not too much. They're still really stable. I've said it. They are the most stable country in the world right now. So they'll be taking these 2 areas of land. Damn, I hate this. Why does it have to do this? Like, it's so annoying. They'll be taking those 2 pieces of land. Oh, not the brush. But then, the yellow team, are they going to get anything? No. They're going to get war reparations and stuff. But the reason they're not going to be getting any land is because we're seeing the return of the red team over here. They might be getting a bit more land than they own, but that's fine. But we see the return of the red team. Oh my god, what is this? Oh. We see the return of the red team, and the yellow team is absolutely just disgusted they got no land. To be fair, they literally were the only country to lose on, well, maybe not the only country. They were like one of the few countries to lose. So they're mad, but they kind of have to deal with it. Next up, we see the return of probably a country you guys don't remember. You remember this red team from, like, I don't even know what episode. Yeah, they're making their return. And at this point, we, well, we've got to divide up the pink team like this. Now, the Triangle Alliance knows every country that took part in this major war, they all know one thing: the pink team shall never get back to their true potential ever again. Their capital's gone, by the way. That it got nuked to pieces. Sure, 4 nukes. It was 4 nukes that were weaker than Nagasaki and the ones dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, but they were still nukes. Like, they didn't level the city, it's just not the capital anymore. But to begin with, we're going to see the release of a new country up here. So let's take a look at that. So we see the release of a new orange team. Hold on. And this looks ugly. Hold on. How about purple? Cyan? No, okay, yeah, that's better. Sorry, I'm really struggling with colours in this area. There's a lot of red and blue and other stuff. You know, you've got a lot of green, yellow, and... I should have really done another yellow country. Maybe a gold country? I'll do that in a minute. Now we have the remains of the pink team, which is basically just Caucasia, or Caspia. They're going to divide out one more country from this thing, and I know what colour I'm going to select. They're going to be dividing one more country out of the remains of the pink team, which is going to be a gold team. And then we have the treaty of... But now we have to get on to the final part of this peace treaty. This is called the Peace Treaty of Caspia. Everything else has been divided up, but this area as a whole is nuked to bits. So, we have the Lion Team. No, damn it. We have the Lion Team, Russia, Korea, and Central Asian Union all coming into the capital, all meeting up at the capital of Central Asian Union to discuss what they're going to do with the pink team. And in the meeting, it is discussed that the pink team should be divided up between all 4 powers. Similar to what happened to Germany in World War II, they got divided up between Soviet Union, France, UK, and USA. Here, they're going to be divided up between the top 3 strongest countries in the world and Russia. So it's time to say goodbye to the pink team for now, as they will be held under occupation by all these countries. To begin with, Russia will be occupying this area of land. It's going to be a lighter colour, which means it's basically a puppet, but not really. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. The Lion Team, who is actually another country that borders this, they will be... Okay, there we go. The Lion Team will be occupying this area of land. Central Asian Union will be occupying the most important piece of land, the capital area. I mean, is it really the capital? I don't know. The capital still exists, but they will be occupying the capital area for now. And finally but not least, Korea will be occupying this tiny piece of land over here. The pink team is being divided. I'm going to actually do something. Let me just... Boop. Right. Korea... Oh my god. So, Korea, the Lion Team, Russia and Central Asian Union have all divided up the pink team. They will keep control of the pink team until they think it's time to release them. Anyway, capitals. Yours will be there. Yours will be there. Yours will be here. Boom. Now, I'm taking a look at the alliance map. Oh boy, what the hell? Okay, I'm going to fix that after. Taking a look at the alliance map, we can see that there is still a lot of countries in these alliances, and they're not going to be in these alliances anymore. Most notably... Oh wait, I only select colour. The yellow team... What? The yellow team will be... That's not actually their colour. The yellow team will be leaving the Triangle Alliance, along with the green team, who will also be out. And Korea will also be leaving, but they will keep close. Like, they're going to work closely with the Triangle Alliance. Morocco is also in the process of leaving, but they're not out yet. Morocco is getting a lot of war refuge from this war, but not anything else. The blue team left, the Persia left, and anybody else who got involved have left. Anyway, time for the final part of the peace treaty, the division of China. This division is going to be left up to the pink team, Siberia, the green team, Korea, Vietnam, and the yellow team. There is not going to be a single... Like, they didn't spare the pink team, they ain't going to spare this guy. So, to begin with, the yellow team will be annexing all this land by here, which includes the capital of China, and that is going to be a huge win for the yellow team. Coming down to Vietnam, they will be coming down to Vietnam, if I can select their colour. They will be taking back... No, I don't even know if this is all the land. They'll be taking back a good chunk of their land, not all of it, but they'll get back some of it. And, well, we're going to see the return of the purple team over here. Remember these guys? Yeah, they got an X and then, well, release. Then now they're getting released again. The country over here, it's gone. It doesn't exist. So we're actually going to see the formation of a new country, which is going to be this dark blue one, which is going to include quite a bit of land, actually. This will be a new dark blue team. They look really similar to this country. Hold on, I'm actually going to lighten this up a little bit. I was actually just going to leave it like that, but they look way too similar to these guys. And for the rest of China, well, Korea says this: we are not going to be occupying China. China will not be allowed to exist. China will be dissolved. So, any China fans, rip. It was their own fault. I mean, they fought against the strongest country in the world. Be grateful that the pink team still has a chance of coming back, because these guys don't. Capitals, boom. These guys are going to have the capital in the same area it was. Boom. China is gone, along with the pink team being occupied. And that is basically the peace treaty of the War of Asia. The pink team and China were both gone, and the only winner was Finland. Hold on. Now, time for rankings. So, let's get out this. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so, rankings. The strongest country in the world after the War of Asia is none other than Korea. They have the strongest economy, strongest military, and strongest influence. Coming up behind them is the Line team. The Line team is also a really powerful country. They still own... I mean, they are still the strongest country in... They are still the strongest country in the Middle East. At number 3, we have the Central Asian Union. This is a huge... I know they were in the top 10, but this is a huge jump in the rankings. They are now a pretty important country. Number 4 is going to be number 4 is going to be Russia. Russia is they're not... Okay, I will mention this. Remember that gap? Well, there's still that massive gap between number 3 and there's now a gap between number 3 and number 4. So Russia is not it's not actually as strong as Central Asian Union. There's a huge gap between the two. Coming in number 5, we have the turquoise team. They're getting back to their... Well, they're not going to be getting back to their prime anytime soon. They're nowhere near their prime. At number 6, we have the cyan team. That's right, these guys over here... Actually, hold on. That's wrong. That's wrong. At number 6, we have Morocco, and then it would be the cyan team. My bad. So, my bad. I completely forgot about Morocco. So, that's these two. Morocco, they're the strongest country in Africa, but they're not the strongest country in the world. Because they don't have that type of land. Number 8, we've got the blue team. These guys are pretty strong right now. They're one of the other strongest countries in the Middle East. And number 9, we got the remains of the chocolate team. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. Was number 2, but it's now number 9. Finally, but not least, at number 10, we've got... Who would be number 10? Finland. Number 10 is Finland. So that's the rankings after the War of Asia. Obviously, there are some new countries on this list, but most of them, a lot of them are now... Well, the pink team's gone, they were number 2. So, this is your rankings. This probably won't change for a long time, to be honest. But anyway... No. That is going to do it for this video. I was hoping to do all this in the War of Asia video, the bigger War of Asia video, but it's had to be split into another video, and to be fair, I would have made the video like 40 minutes long. So, this is the new map of the world. The pink team and China are both gone, and that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.